Maybe about finding emails, because we assume that you had the person's email, but it's not always that easy. So I've actually written a blog post about it. So there are different methods. So in my opinion, the easiest one is just to do a Google search with the good parameters. So with the, how do you say, the hyphens?
The quotes.
The quotes, yeah, exactly. Okay, the quotes, and so the @company.com plus the first name, last name. Usually it can have pretty good results. You could also find the contact @companyname.com that you could try, though it would, in most cases, be managed by a gatekeeper. Then you can do some search on Twitter if the person is famous. A tool I use a lot is called Find That Lead. It has a Chrome extension and a dashboard, so you can look for people directly in there, or on the LinkedIn profile. Just click on the extension and find their email. Also, if you're connected to a person on LinkedIn, you might have their email on their profile. If not, you can also export your contact list and find their email here. And this is pretty good for ads because it's personal emails most of the time, so it works well. And
there was actually a plugin. I think it's been either discontinued. I'm not certain, but there was a plugin, I think Hunter.io or something like that would allow you to find emails on LinkedIn.
I used to use it as well. I don't think it has been discontinued, but I think LinkedIn said stop and they had to stop the activities.
So it doesn't work with LinkedIn anymore.
Yeah, so while other tools use other techniques to get emails from LinkedIn.
Right.
I also built a Google Sheet where you can input the first name, last name, and domain. And the Google Sheet creates a lot of options of email addresses that you can copy paste in Gmail. And then there is a plugin that's called Rapportive.
Yep.
So it gives you some info about their LinkedIn, and so just put your mouse on the email, and if the Rapportive profile shows, it's a good email. So it takes a bit more time, but it can be pretty useful.
Is that a tool that you made accessible via your website, your blog?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's in my how to find anyone's email address.
Okay, great. One more thing, through LinkedIn, I mean, my experience has been that most people, you can connect with them without using an email. You can just, I think LinkedIn changed a little bit, because before it was really forcing you more to know the person's email for a lot more people, when depending on their settings. Now it seems like maybe it's just that my I don't know, maybe there's some conditions because I have a lot of connections or whatever reason that now I can do it more easily. But I know that for most people that I want to connect with, there is an option to just connect with the person. And I can add a note or not, but it seems like it's rarely asking me to send an email or blocking me from being, like, asking me for their actual email address before I can send them a message.
Yeah, I think a few years ago you could connect with anyone, and now people in your third plus network, LinkedIn doesn't show you the connect button, but it's hidden in the kind of small menu. I think it's 3 dots.
Yeah, it's there, right?
Yeah, it's there. You can do it.
And you can connect with them without, any requirements, without having to input the email address, for example, right?
Yeah.
Well, which is good. It's good to know, because it makes it so much easier to connect with just about anyone that you want. The problem with LinkedIn that I find is that people are slow to respond, right? And they want to switch to email. Once you've connected, usually they'll be like, okay, it's better to reach me via email. The vast majority of, well, let's say half of the people that I've connected with said that. They said email is better, right?
Yeah.
But I think LinkedIn is a good place to at least connect, and then, I mean, pitch them, either an interview or whatever you're doing, try to give them some value, and then switch over to email. I find personally, when I'm getting cold emails and I don't have any information about the person, there's no profile, there's nothing, there's no photo, just like an email address and a name, and I'm getting a cold email, and I rarely get like really personalized emails, right? Usually it's a spam, like a spam or bulk email that might be personalized with like my company name or my personal name, but I know that it's basically spam, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how. I guess I'm not famous enough to be getting a lot of personal connection requests and stuff. Maybe you are, but I'm not getting those. So I don't know, how I would react to those. But
Yeah, and I think LinkedIn has become pretty spammy, especially when you're in the digital marketing world. Some people add you on LinkedIn because they saw you in a LinkedIn on a Facebook group. They add you because they're like a development company based in India and want you to hire them. So it's become pretty noisy. So LinkedIn is trying to change that, but I would say stay away from all the automated LinkedIn outreach and stuff like that, because like it can be good to initiate a conversation, but it doesn't work like any further than that.
Right, and since what you're saying is, building quality relationships with a limited amount of people. I mean, you don't want to just spam to everybody and try to connect with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you want to build quality relationships with like successful, busy people, then you're going to have to be more picky about who you're going to connect with, and also be more spend more time into building that relationship as opposed to just having an automated, response on LinkedIn or something like that, right?
Yeah, I think the key is doing it in the long haul. You're just not just trying to hack something else. It's you're really building relationship with someone that may last for dozens of years while you're still in business. So it's important to do it right.
Let's just look, you and me. I mean, we connected originally, I think, through one of your events. I don't remember exactly. Do you remember how we met?
Yeah, actually, I thought about it the other day, and when I started my business school at HEC Montréal, I was in this student association that offered like foreign students internships in Montreal, and I reached out to you, and you were part of Fluent Brain at the time.
Yeah.
So actually, the way we met was via a cold outreach, and since then we've collaborated. You've come to the to Montreal Pussy Commerce events. We've done interviews, so it's. It starts like that, and then it evolves.
That's what I think. A lot of people don't realize that it takes time to build a relationship, and things are not going to happen from day one. All of a sudden, you need to give it time, and the relationship will evolve and grow over time, right? And you need to nurture it and keep building it actively. Otherwise, it can also die off if you're not maintaining that relationship.
Yeah, but you can still. That's true, but you can also accelerate it. If you're doing an interview with someone, you're talking with them for an amount of time, you've exchanged about work, so it speeds up the process, I think.
Absolutely, and I think if you connect on a personal level as well, saying you have things in common, or like trying to get to know the person on a more personal level, what their interests are, then I think that's even better.
Yeah, absolutely.